Hello everyone, welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is going to be my Wood Elves and an ally with the Beastmen versus Chaos and Bretonia. For my army, I took the male Glade Lord, just because I never take him, so there he is. And he is escorted by two Great Eagles. I also have a Branch Wraith with the Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, which is the single target direct damage spell. This thing right there. It's very cheap, and so I wanted to test it out in this game just to see what kind of damage it does. Also brought the Pendulum and a heal spell with Earth Blood. My main army here, we have a front line of Eternal Guards. Behind them, we have 3 Wildwood Rangers. Then I have 2 War Dancers with Azure Spears back here, protecting these 2 Clay Guard with Starfire Shafts. For my ally with the Beastmen, we have just Ungor Spearmen right here with the Cygor that they took. We also have some Gore Herds with shields back here with the Gore Bull and the Brace Shaman of the Wild. They are being led by... actually, I forget who they're being led by. Morgor the Shadowgave. Over here we have some Centaurs, and we also have some Vanguard deployed Centaurs over there with an Ungor Herd and another Ungor Herd over here. And then a Chaos Warhound of Poison right there. So multiple Centaurs, we also have a Minotaur, and then, of course, that Cygor. I don't see Cygors brought ever, so that's a cool addition. I appreciate seeing that. So right now for... Oh, the enemy army, of course, sorry. For the Chaos, we have 2 Chaos Warriors, 2 Chosen, being led by a Chaos Lord and a Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. Then we have 4 Chaos Knights, 2 here and 2 here. They all have lances. Then for the Bretonian player, we have a front line of Foot Squires. Behind them, we have Peasant Bowmen with Pox Arrows, 2 Knights Errant, 1 here and here. And then behind them, we have 3 Battle Pilgrims with a Chalice, being led by Ulbrich de Bordelot on a horse. And then we have 2 Blessed Field Trebuchets in the very back. I don't believe they brought a caster. No, they don't have a caster, which is odd to see. You normally always see some kind of caster. So, for this one, I'm going to shift my flying forces over here to the side, and I want to try and get some shots on this Chaos Lord. The enemy army isn't really moving, probably because they have 2 Blessed Field Trebuchets, so I thought I had time to do some range damage with my Glade Lord. That's when we uncover these 2 Chaos Knights with lances. I'm like, oh, hi. And since they're not really moving, I wanted, again, to test out that Melkoth the Mystifying Miasma. So my Branch Wraith, who's being hit by these 2 Blessed Field Trebuchets, are going to get close enough to try and cast it. So there's the first cast. You can overcast it to get 300 casting range, but I didn't think I really needed to overcast to risk the damage and use more Winds of Magic. Because, again, the enemy army was just kind of staying put. So for 5 mana, that's not bad. I don't think that's bad damage for 5 mana. It also does slow them down by 24%, so that's also a nice added bonus. So right here, I'm just harassing the Chaos Lord, who they pull over here in protection of the Peasant Bowmen. So then I just take some pot shots, I think, at maybe like a Foot Squire, at some Chaos Warriors. I kind of just hit a bunch of units over here with my Glade Lord for a while, but then eventually I'm going to refocus my attention on the Chaos Lord, while the Branch Wraith is going to continually hit some units with the Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, and this time I'm going to get a little bit closer and try to hit one of these Chosen with it. So there we go, hitting the Chosen. Meanwhile, the Cygor is back here just throwing their rocks into these Chaos Warriors over there, I believe, or maybe some Foot Squires, I can't remember. So there we go, for 5 mana, again, you get some damage on the Chosen. Not bad. Again, it's just 5 mana. So I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. But you can see the Chaos Knights with lances are pulling out of the forest and going over here towards the Branch Wraith, so I kind of pull her out a little bit. But then we're going to go right back in, and we're going to go over here. The Glade Lord is going to start firing again at some of the Bretonian forces over here, but eventually I'm going to shift their position over here to try and attack the Chaos Lord once again, who it looks like is going to come out here with the Chaos Sorcerer to try and threaten my Branch Wraith. Meanwhile, my army's just kind of hanging out back here. There's no real reason to move them. I'm doing some skirmishing tactics with my arrows on the Glade Lord, and, you know, also getting some magical damage in with the Branch Wraith, who's taking a lot of the ammunition of these Blessed Field Trebuchets. They have got a couple good hits, but I'm totally cool with taking their, you know, their ammunition on a single Branch Wraith. And the Cygor is just kind of casually exchanging blows over there. You can see the Ungor Herd back here still in stalk because they're not close enough to the enemy army, which is good. Same along with that one. And I think the Centaur is going to be pulled up here pretty soon as well. So a pretty calm early part of the battle. Just exchanging some fire, some artillery fire. Now the Blessed Field Trebuchets are finally getting off of the Branch Wraith, and they're going to go into these Ungor Herds, I think. Or maybe they're trying to hit the Cygor, I'm not entirely sure. One of these two, probably the Cygor. And the Glade Lord here is now firing into the Chaos Lord, or at least was. I think I need to get a better shot. I think the trees are blocking me, so I'm now going to march around and try to get a better angle on them. Also trying to stay out of range of these Peasant Bowmen. I'm also going to get our other flyers over here. Again, not much is happening. I'm not moving because I feel like I don't need to, because I'm threatening them with magic and using my Glade Lord's, you know, ammunition, so I'm totally cool with this. Here comes the Chaos Lord and the Chaos Sorcerer. My allies probably not moving because they still have ammunition with the Cygor, and they're not moving because they have ammunition with the Blessed Field Trebuchet. But all in all, I'm pretty sure our side is kind of winning this battle just because of the damage you can see we've done on these Foot Squires over here from the Cygor. We've dealt some damage to the Chosen and Chaos Warriors over here with spells. You can see the Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer are getting a little separated from their army, so in case they do that again, I'm pulling over my flyers closer to support my Branch Wraith, and I want to see if they're willing to go all in against my Branch Wraith, even though if I have, you know, units nearby. Meanwhile, just hitting the Chaos Lord in the back with my Glade Lord, so if we shoot him in the back, his block chance with the shield doesn't really proc, so we're just getting free hits right now, which I am totally okay with. And again, moving the Branch Wraith up here to try and get some more magic damage done on these Chaos Warriors. You can see the two are going to kind of make a beeline straight for my Branch Wraith. So I'm like, okay, let's see if this is going to happen. So I'm going to pull over my flyers, and we're going to get our Glade Lord over here too. Meanwhile, in the back, you still see Ungor Raiders and Sisko's back there. So we get another Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma on these Chaos Warriors. I'm going to start pulling my Branch Wraith back, and they are not stopping. So we're going to pounce on this Chaos Sorcerer with the Glade or Great Eagles. And my Glade Lord is going to be coming as well. And then this is when my ally is going to take this as an opportunity to start marching forward. So you see the Gore Bull leading some Minotaurs and the Gore Herds. I'm going to cast a heal from our an Earthblood so that it hits our Branch Wraith. And any damage done by the Chaos Lord is going to be basically neglected. Not neglected, but just countered, I should say. Honestly, I probably didn't need an Earthblood right there, because you can see we destroy that Chaos Sorcerer really quickly. And then we all kind of gang up on the Chaos Lord, who just is trying to escape, but there's too many things around him, including those Minotaurs. So we're kind of crushing their leadership very early on. Meanwhile, the Bretonnian player, I think, actually pulled back a little bit. Maybe not. But they are being hit in the back by these Ungor Herd and Centaurs in the back trying to take out these Field Trebuchet. But they are dealing with Knights Errant and the Albrecht of Bordelot, as well as some Battle Pilgrims. So the Ungor Herds don't really have long to live against that kind of combat. But meanwhile, back here we have Chaos Knights charging into these Ungor Herds. I'm supporting the Beastman player here. I'm trying to get our Branch Wraith over here, and I want to cast a Pendulum spell on these warriors right here. Meanwhile, the Gore Bull is taking some damage from these Chaos Knights. And right now, I'm also still just trying to chase down the Chaos Lord and the Chaos Sorcerer. Waiting for them to get separated from the rest of their army, and we're going to pounce on the Chaos Sorcerer again with our Great Eagles. And the Glade Lord is just firing into the back of this Chaos Lord. So you can see here, round 2 with the Great Eagles getting into that Chaos Sorcerer. Meanwhile, the Branch Wraith again is just repositioning to try and get a Penumgible Pendulum down. And now I'm starting to move my army out of the forest, and the Glade Guard will be moving out here as well. You can see the Chaos Knights are going to be making a round like this. And I'm going to eventually stick one of my War Dancers onto them as well. And you can see we have now rerouted the Chaos Sorcerer, so we're going to pull the Great Eagles back over here. And I think I've actually missed the Pendulum spell. Maybe you saw it, and we'll definitely probably see it in the cinematic view. But yeah, so cast that, did a lot of damage to these Chaos Warriors and Chosen in here that are now being wrapped up by Morgor the Shadowgave, the Gore Bull, and the Minotaurs. We can see some Chaos Knights coming in here, getting some nice rear charges and flanking charges on these poor Ungor Herds, or Gore Herds, I should say. A lot of damage. These Centaurs trying to escape from the Knights Errant, so I'm going to descend upon them with my Flying Force and my Branch Wraith. And we're going to deal a lot of damage to these Knights Errant. Meanwhile, back here, everything is just fine right now. I'm not going to hard engage against the Bretonnian because there's no reason to, so I'm putting all my micromanaging into fighting against the Chaos player for right now. Because this player over here is not doing anything, so I don't really need to do anything against them either. Here we go, these Chaos Knights, after doing a lot of damage to these Gore Herd, are going to pull out, and this is when I'm going to stick one of my War Dancers against them, and they're just going to chase them around for a very long time. You can see we destroyed most of those, well, I should say half of the Knights Errant, and then we pulled back to try and take out their Chaos Lord who did come back from routing. So we're going to redouble our efforts to try to kill him. Meanwhile, the Minotaurs and Morgor and the Gore Bull and the Centaurs are still taking care of these Chaos Knights with lances and the remaining Chaos Warriors. And you see my War Dancers are now on these Chaos Knights, and they're really just going to chase them for a long time. I think this is when I'm going to start marching towards the Bretonnian, because the Bretonnian starts marching towards this Chaos battle. I think they start to. Think? Yeah, they're kind of moving. I don't know. They have the moving symbol, but they're not actually moving. That's really weird. Anyway, we're going to start applying pressure to the Bretonnian player, and I'm going to get our Flying Force over here to support my front line of Eternal Guard and all of our Wildwood Rangers, getting our Glade Guard into the Peasant Bowmen. Meanwhile, back here, the Minotaurs and Morgor are still dealing with what's left of the Chaos Knights and the Chosen, giving the Beastman player a run for their money. And then back here again, the War Dancers are trying to just keep pace with the Chaos Knights. Meanwhile, back here at the front line of the Bretonnians, our Eternal Guard are now dealing with Foot Squires, which is not a fight that they can really win. But they are going to be supported by these Wildwood Rangers who are slowly pulling up behind them. War Dancers over here are going to do a flanking action to try and assist our flying force, which is now landing into the middle of these Peasant Bowmen. I'm just ignoring Albrecht to Bordello for right now because it's just on a horse, and I don't know, I have the mobility so I can pull out whenever I want to. So we're just trying to crush their range damage right here. I was going to send them after these Blessed Field Trebuchet, but they've spent most of their ammunition at this point, so I'm like, forget that, let's just go into these Peasant Bowmen. Meanwhile, back there, War Dance is still chasing the Chaos Knights. Back over here, the remaining Chaos Knights and the Chosen are eventually going to succumb to their wounds against all these Minotaurs and Gorbel, and the fact that their leadership has been mostly taken out by my flying force. Over here you can see some Centaurs wrapping up some more Chaos Warriors and dealing with some more Chaos Knights. And meanwhile, back here, the Bretonnian frontline, the Foot Knights starting to wither under the weight of the Wildwood Rangers and the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts. And you can see the Chaos Knights coming in behind, but I'm still chasing them with my Azurite Spear War Dancers there. My flying force is now all but destroyed and routed the Peasant Bowmen. So now we're going to try and assist what remains of their front line. So we're getting rear charges on their Foot Squires here. And Albrecht and this Grail Reliquae are trying to chase us down, which is kind of working. I don't know. They're doing some damage to my Great Eagles, who are now being pulled out to try and assist against these Chaos Knights. Doing an Earthblood to heal our Lord and our Eternal Guard and everything in this area by our Branch Wraith, who's now over here supporting this fight. Blessed Field Trebuchet using what rounds they have left on routing my Wildwood Rangers and Eternal Guard right there, which is okay at this point because you can see the front line and back line of the Bretonnians are mostly broken. Albrecht is still there, but I'm just ignoring him, destroying what is left of the Chaos Knights right here and the Battle Programs who are now engaging against my Wildwood Rangers there and my War Dancers with the Azure Spears here. My Glade Guard are basically just allowed to fire all day, every day, so they're just routing the Chaos Knights. And you can see the balance of power is in our favor, and we're getting some mass shattering all over the place. Only leaving the Grail Reliquae and Albrecht de Bordello basically left, but they are also going to shatter due to enemy losses. So I didn't even have to fight Albrecht. I just crushed their armies with my flying squad and Wildwood Rangers and all that. But good game to my opponents. And holy crap, look at all of these corpses over here. Jeez. Holy crap. Alright, so male Glade Lord, 65 kills. I don't know, he's okay. Especially with the change to the Arrow of Kurnos, now that you only have 3 charges, it makes him more viable, kinda. He does have the 30-meter radius plus 8 to melee attack buff. Same thing with the Branch Wraith here. That's still cool. I wish he had something else unique, because the female Glade Lord still has 3 charges of the Kurnos arrows and the Prey of Anathrema, which is that net spell, which is really good. It's just so good. But anyway, Branch Wraith and the Glade Lord getting a lot of kills. Eternal Guard getting an okay amount of kills. War Dancers, same thing. And the Wildwood Rangers did really good against the Foot Squires and various units of the Bretonnians. Glade Guard netting 50-ish kills each. And then the Great Eagles did really good at killing the leadership of the Chaos. And then also Peasant Bowmen and such. For my ally Mortis, we have 45 kills on the Gorbel. Centaurs did really good, it looks like. The Minotaur is 134 and 71 on the Cygor is all really good. I'm sure there was some Chaos Spawn there that did a lot of damage too, summoned by Morgor, but they're obviously not on the screen. For Buds and Babes, we have a lot of kills on those Battle Pilgrims. Holy crap, a lot of kills on the Foot Squires. Some of their Peasant Bowmen did really well. Knights Errant netting over 100 kills is really good for a Knights Errant. And then the Blessed Field Trebuchet netting about 50 kills each is also not that bad. And then the Veil, whoo, those Chaos Knights did some work. Holy crap. So much work. The Chosen did not do as much as you would want them to do, but they were being focused down by magic and the Cygor, as well as the Penumulum whatever, that spell. So they inflicted a lot of damage before they were even really into the fight, but again, these Chaos Knights just, whoo, and those poor Chaos leadership, man. The Great Eagles just descended from upon high. But in any case, good game to my opponents and to Mortis there. Hope you enjoyed, and let's go watch a cinematic view of this battle. Run, Branch Wraith! Oh, Branch Wraith has some bodyguards! Mr. Big Bad Gorbel. And friends.
My Carnos! At once! I will comply. Advancing! Orders understood. Swiftly!
I probably hit some allies with this spell too.
Advance at speed!
That is a lot
At
of
once!
chaos. Like so much heavy armor.
Advancing! As you say! Onward! At speed!
It will be done!
At once! The forest calls! My Carnos!
We will obey!
With haste!
Swiftly now! Now!
Ooh.
Freedom! What noise? Children of Isha! Attack!
To the fray! Faster! Orders!
At the Lord! As you say! Ever ready!
Death to all!
With
Attack!
At one! For Ariel! Armed and ready! Strike away! Use your final terror! Now! Kill that witch!
Carrying all those pilgrims. The eagles are still so cool. They have some of the coolest animations.
Take the lady for her damsels! At pace! Advance! Azray, attack! Hold back! Yes! See the power of Bretonius! Aye! Heed, Avalon! Let's fly! Release!
Uncle Lauren!
tireless!
Enemy mages!
Ready now!
Straight away! Enemy!
Whew. That was a bloody end down there, man. I hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.